Hey, dear soul and love stories fans. Soul healing songs bridge gaps and set hearts fluttering like snow in Vermont. Are you ready? Hit like and comment. Music to sync your heart with love, letting sweet melodies sweep away every sorrow. Subscribe now to push us to 1,000 subs. Each sub's a warm note we send your way, no matter who you are or where you're at. We're here wishing you joy, health, and endless love. Josie's voice melted an icy heart. What about yours? Drop your thoughts below. What songs got you swooning? Let's spread music and love together. I never thought my $5 an hour singing voice would unlock the door to $1 million mansion or nearly freeze me solid with embarrassment in Vermont snow. But you know what? Sometimes fate's like a Lumineers song. Off-key, clumsy, and it hits your heart when you least expect it. And me, Josie Rivera, I accidentally sang myself into a love story no one would have bet on. Josie Rivera, 24, wasn't the girl you'd spot in TikTok videos with highlighted hair or cashmere sweaters. She was a lovable mess from small-town Stowe, Vermont. Her old coat sagged at the shoulders, her curly hair was tamed with a rubber band, and her rubber boots were worn thin from last winter. She juggled jobs to scrape by, shoveling snow, waitressing at Snowflake Brew, and belting karaoke in her rundown apartment with her scruffy cat, Jingle. Josie's dream of singing once shone like a street lamp in a winter night, but it had faded to a dim tune. She'd shelved it to support her family after her mom passed, leaving her alone with Jingle and a stack of unpaid bills. That day, snow fell thick as cotton over Stowe. Josie grabbed her shovel to clear a path for Pastor John at the local church. He handed her a new address. Josie, Mrs. Edith Montgomery lives alone at the end of Maple. She's loaded but lonely. Shovel her snow and chat with her for me, will you? Josie nodded, muttering to Jingle in her head. If you sing better than me, the stage is yours. She bundled up, shovel in hand, and started crooning an off-key winter wonderland amid the flakes, her voice booming over the wind. Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? She reached Mrs. Edith's grand mansion, a Hallmark movie set with red shingles and frosted windows, shoveling and singing, oblivious to Edith listening behind the curtains. When Josie's shovel slipped, smashing an icy flower pot to bits, she yelped, "Oh no! I just wrecked someone's whole winter!" The door flew open, and Mrs. Edith, a tiny woman with silver hair and bright eyes, yanked her inside. "Kid, you sing great. Come in. Don't freeze." Josie stumbled in, shovel still in hand, into a cozy home smelling of pine and stale cookies. Edith beamed. "I heard you through the window. Your voice took me back. Sit, tell me who you are." Josie blushed, stammering. I'm Josie, just a snow shoveler. I sing awful, don't laugh." But Edith patted her hand. "Awful? You just warmed this old heart." As they talked, Josie picked up an old photo that fell from a shelf, a handsome guy with deep eyes and brown hair, straight out of a Christmas flick. She grinned. "Wow, this guy's Hallmark hot. He can't be real." Edith chuckled. "That's Grayson, my grandson. Gorgeous, but cold as the snow out there." Josie nodded, unaware her off-tune singing had just struck the first note of a love song Stowe would never forget. After that first meeting, Josie Rivera became a regular at the Maple Street mansion. Not for cash. Mrs. Edith kept slipping her $20 bills, which Josie stuffed back into the cookie jar, but for the rare smile that lit up Edith's face whenever she sang. Weekly, Josie shoveled snow, dusted shelves, and brought warmth to the wealthy, lonely widow. She wasn't a pro. Her voice rasped, often offbeat, but Edith adored how Josie turned the silent house into a little stage. One sleepless night, Josie softly sang White Christmas, stroking Edith's hair like she would Jingle's. "White Christmas, I'm dreaming." Edith closed her eyes, whispering, "Kid, your voice feels like a hug." They became an odd pair. Josie shared tales of Jingle and Snowflake Brew. Edith reminisced about her youth, singing in the church choir before her husband passed and her kids drifted away. "I don't need money, Josie," she said once, eyes misty. "I need someone to remind me I'm alive." Josie grinned. "Then I'll sing for you. But don't laugh if I'm off key. Even Jingle judges me." Edith's hearty laugh, the first in years, told Josie she'd found a second grandma. Then on a day when snow fell thick as a white fog over Stowe, Grayson Montgomery arrived. A Boston tech startup CEO, tall with tousled brown hair and eyes deep as Vermont's icy lakes, handsome in that "I know I'm hot but I'm busy" way. He'd come after Edith's call. "Grayson, I'm weak. Come home." He pulled up in a glossy SUV, stepping inside just as Josie sang, "Have yourself a merry little Christmas" for Edith in the living room. In a threadbare sweater wielding a wooden spoon as a mic, she crooned off-key but soulful, "Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light." Grayson froze at the door, his suitcase thudding onto the hardwood. "Who are you barging in and butchering songs like that?" he growled, voice as cold as the snow outside. Josie flinched, dropping the spoon, spinning around wide-eyed. I'm Josie, singing for your grandma." Edith, nestled in her armchair, chuckled. "Grayson, don't scare her. She's my angel." But Grayson didn't crack a smile. He strode forward, eyes sharp as knives. "Angel? Looks more like a trespasser. What do you want? Money? We've got plenty." Josie planted hands on hips, unfazed. "I'm the one making her smile. You're the one making her sad. I sing for her, not your fat wallet, you stuck-up CEO." Grayson blinked, stunned. No one talked to him like that, not even his Boston assistant. Edith cut in, soothing. "Enough, Grayson. Sit down. Josie, keep singing. Ignore this grump." Josie snatched up the spoon, shot Grayson a glare, and belted louder. "From now on, our troubles will be out of sight." Grayson sank into a chair, gripping the armrest, trying to stay icy. But as Josie sang, his eyes snuck toward her, this petite girl in a frayed sweater, voice far from perfect, yet something about her tugged at him. He thought, "She sings like a train wreck. Why is it so captivating?" He shook his head, muttering to himself, "No way." Yet in that snow-draped room, another melody had begun, a tune he wasn't ready to hear. Grayson Montgomery didn't plan to linger in Stowe. He meant to check on Mrs. Edith and bolt back to Boston, where Excel sheets and Zoom calls awaited. But Edith, with a silver-haired knack for scheming, had other ideas. "Grayson, stay a few days. I'm so weak," she pleaded, clutching her chest dramatically, though Josie knew she just polished off 3 cookies unaided. And so, Grayson was stuck alongside Josie. The off-key singer he still suspected was a gold digger eyeing the Montgomery fortune. The days that followed turned into a series of mini-skirmishes. Every encounter, Josie and Grayson bickered like cats and dogs, but the kind of spats that'd have Stowe chuckling if they'd seen. One night, Edith accidentally roped them into baking cookies in the kitchen. Grayson, hands dusted with flour, snapped, "What are you doing here again?" "Singing to snag my grandma's inheritance." Josie, rolling dough, fired back, "I sing for her, not your bank account, you smug CEO. And what's with your rolling? Making cookies or bricks?" Grayson glared, but his flour-smeared hands were a disaster, prompting Edith's belly laugh. "You two are a match." Edith didn't let up. She forced them into Uno on Monday night. Josie won 3 straight rounds, crowing, "See? I'm better at cards and singing." Grayson huffed, "You got lucky? Don't get cocky." But as Josie beamed, he caught himself staring too long, then looked away, muttering, "She's just trouble." Another time, Edith asked them to hang Christmas lights outside. Josie climbed the ladder, belting Jingle Bells off tune, and Grayson yelled, "You're loud enough for all Vermont to hear." Josie shot back, "Good, least I make your grandma happy, unlike you." He went quiet, stumped, but instinctively steadied the ladder. The first time he didn't argue. Slowly, Grayson noticed the little things. Josie didn't just sing, she cracked jokes for Edith, fixed a leaky pipe for free, and refused every gift Edith pressed on her. He thought, if she's a gold digger, she's terrible at it. The turning point came one quiet night. Josie stayed late, thinking everyone was asleep, tidying the kitchen while softly singing, "Have yourself a merry little Christmas." Her voice wasn't polished but brimmed with soul. "Have yourself a merry little Christmas, let your heart be light." Grayson, there for water, lingered behind the door, listening. The kitchen light bathed her face. No makeup, hair messy, yet beautiful like a song he'd never known. He stood there, heart chiming like church bells on Christmas Eve. His icy facade softened. For once, he didn't see a gold digger, but a genuine, talented, maddeningly captivating girl. He shook his head, telling himself, "No way, she's trouble." But as he turned away, her melody clung to him, along with her image in his heart. Grayson Montgomery once thought happiness was bank account digits or million-dollar deals signed in Boston, until Josie Rivera crashed into his life with her off-key voice and a smile bright as a lantern in Vermont snow. After days of bickering and clashes orchestrated by Mrs. Edith, he saw her anew. She wasn't just trouble. She was a melody he couldn't stop hearing, a breeze melting the ice he'd built around his heart. But he wouldn't admit it, wouldn't let her know she'd become the song he wanted to sing forever. Everything shifted when Grayson invited Josie to a charity music event his company hosted in Boston. "Sing one for my grandma," he said, half serious, half awkward. "She loves hearing you." Josie shook her head, smiling faintly. "I don't sing for crowds, Grayson. I sing for Edith, not spotlights." He met her gaze softer than usual. "Try it, Josie. Your voice deserves to be heard." She reluctantly nodded, unaware it had changed them both. But a crisis struck first. One frigid morning, Mrs. Edith collapsed in the kitchen, slipping into a light coma from a blood pressure drop. Grayson and Josie raced to the hospital, his heart heavy as snow-laden pines. The doctor said she'd need long-term rest, but before fading, Edith gripped Josie's hand, whispering, "I wish I could hear you sing one last time." Josie stood there, tears streaming, staring at the woman who'd given her family again. Grayson, beside her, clutched Edith's other hand, blaming himself. "I wasn't here enough." Event night arrived, and Josie chose to sing. Not for deals or fame, but to call Edith back. Under the stage lights in her old sweater, hands trembling on the mic, she sang, "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." Her voice rasped, sometimes off-pitch, but brimmed with soul. "Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light." The room hushed, then erupted in tears and applause. A music producer approached, offering a card. "Kid, your voice is gold. Sign with us." Josie smiled sadly. "Thanks, but I sing for one person." Grayson watched the live stream from the hospital, tears falling silently. It wasn't just Edith. He realized he loved Josie, loved how she sang for no one but her heart. But backstage, drama flared. Misreading her, he snapped, "Using my grandma to get on stage. I thought you were different." Josie froze, eyes shattering. "Who do you think I am, Grayson?" "I sang to save her, not sell my voice to you or anyone." She turned, voice breaking. "I thought you were the note that made my heart hum, but you're just an echo breaking it." She walked away, leaving Grayson clutching his phone. He replayed her song, each line cutting like a knife. "From now on, our troubles will be out of sight," he whispered. "She's not a star. She's my whole sky." But he'd blundered, let her slip away, and now the sterile hospital room held only Edith's ventilator hum, and his crushing regret. Josie, heading back to Stowe, murmured to Jingle in her mind, "I thought he heard my song, but he only caught the cold wind." After that event night, Josie Rivera returned to Snowflake Brew like a note gone flat. She wiped tables, brewed coffee, but the sparkle once bright as falling snow dimmed with sadness. She didn't blame Grayson for misunderstanding her. She blamed herself for dreaming he could hear the true melody in her heart. Jingle, her scruffy cat, curled up beside her each night, as if purring, "You sing awful, but I still love you." Josie gave a faint smile, whispering, "Thanks, but I need more than a cat to heal right now." Grayson, at the hospital with Mrs. Edith, couldn't sleep. He replayed Josie's "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas" video, each lyric striking his heart. "Let your heart be light." He realized it wasn't just her voice he loved. He loved her, the way she made Edith laugh, the way she turned a cold house into a warm symphony. When Edith woke, frail but sly, she gripped his hand. "Grayson, I'm fine now." "But you're not. Go get that girl before snow buries your heart." He stared, eyes red. You knew everything, didn't you? She grinned. I was weak, but I faked it worse to push you two together. Grayson didn't wait. He drove to Stowe through a thick snowfall, phone blaring Winter Wonderland, the first song he'd heard Josie sing outside Edith's house. Standing before Snowflake Brew, snow clinging to his shoulders, he sang off key. Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? Patrons turned, some giggling, but Josie, wiping the counter, froze, stunned. His voice was a wreck, cracking like Jingle begging for food, but his eyes lit up when they met hers. She stepped out, hands trembling in her old coat. What are you doing, Grayson? Don't ruin my favorite song. He stopped, took a deep breath, voice breaking. I can't sing, Josie. I'm no good with pretty words. But I know this. I thought happiness was numbers, until you sang and made my heart ring like Christmas bells. I was wrong. You don't sing for stages. You sing for my whole world. Stay with me, so I can learn to sing with you forever? Josie stood there, tears rolling through the snow, then laughed. You're worse than me, but I like it. Mrs. Edith, wheeled in by a nurse from afar, shouted, I've been fine since last week. You two were just too slow. The cafe erupted in applause, some yelling, Kiss her! Josie threw herself into Grayson's arms, snow glittering around them. He leaned down, kissing her. Not perfect, not movie dramatic, but warm as a hearth fire. She whispered, You're terrible, but I love you. He grinned, Then you're the song I'll hear forever. Under Vermont's white sky, they held each other, snow dusting their hair. Grayson murmured, Your voice healed two Montgomery hearts, hers and mine. Josie replied, Then keep me, so I don't miss a beat again. Amid Edith's laughter and the cafe's cheers, they knew their love song had found its perfect chord. 3 months after their snowy kiss, Josie Rivera was no longer just Stowe's snow shoveler. She debuted her first album, Songs for Edith, a collection of cozy winter tunes. Edith's lullaby, written for Mrs. Edith, became a small Spotify hit. On stage at Snowflake Brew, she sang Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, voice still raspy and occasionally off-key, but now it belonged to someone daring to dream again. All album proceeds went to a fund for Vermont's lonely elderly. A thank you to Edith. Grayson Montgomery, once Boston's icy CEO, now worked remotely from Stowe, living with Josie in a small house near Edith's. He'd learned to brew coffee, spilling only 1 in 3 tries, planted snowdrops with her, and treated Jingle like family. One night, he attempted dinner to impress Josie, but torched the stew, smoke billowing. Josie roared with laughter. You sing bad, cook worse. Lucky I love you. Grayson shrugged. You're the chef. I'm just backup vocals. Mrs. Edith, dubbed Granny with the Golden Ears on TikTok, went viral posting Grayson's kitchen fail with the caption, My grandson sings awful, cooks worse, but loves Josie best. She live-streamed Josie's singing, racking up thousands of views. One winter morning, Josie and Grayson stood in the yard, light snow falling, Jingle wedged between them as Josie hugged Grayson from behind, whispering, Our family's complete, huh? He turned, kissing her forehead. Complete, but I'll still sing with you forever. They laughed, and under the glistening snow, Stowe knew their love song would echo on. Off-key, clumsy, but perfect. Hey, dear soul and love stories fans. Josie's voice healed 2 hearts and echoes through Vermont's snow. What about yours? Hit like. If this love song melted you, comment music to keep love's rhythm in your soul and share to spread the sweet melody. Subscribe now. Don't miss a heart-touching tale. Every sub's a song we sing for you, wishing you joy, health, and love. What moment stole your heart? Comment below. Let's sweep loneliness away with music together.